The Dynamic Learning Maps Alternate Assessment System is a new assessment designed to more validly measure what students with significant cognitive disabilities know and can do. This video will discuss issues related to the use of symbols to support communication and learning for students with the most significant cognitive disabilities. This training is one in a series of training videos that will support teachers of students with significant cognitive disabilities in their efforts to teach and assess. Sponsored by a grant from the U.S. Department of Education, Office of Special Education Programs, this training is part of the Professional Development Program of the Dynamic Learning Maps Alternate Assessment Consortium. Symbols are an important part of communication for individuals who can't use speech to meet their face-to-face communication needs. Historically, we thought there were certain prerequisite skills required before we could begin using symbols with students with significant cognitive disabilities. For example, we believed that there were certain receptive language or receptive vocabulary skills required. We also thought that there were cognitive prerequisites that laid the groundwork for learning how symbols could be used to communicate. Over the past decade or so, we've begun to understand that these beliefs and prerequisite skills are not always true. In fact, students with the most significant cognitive disabilities, including those with deafblindness and other complex multiple disabilities, are capable of learning to use symbols to support their face-to-face communication, given adequate opportunity and appropriate instruction. Another myth that we've held on to historically is the notion that there is a hierarchy of symbol use. This hierarchy suggested that students had to understand how to use real objects in order to communicate before we could introduce more abstract symbols. The hierarchy began with real objects and then moved to miniature objects, then photographs, colored pictures, black and white line drawings, and eventually words. The most recent research confirms that students actually learn to use whatever symbol set it is that we teach them explicitly to use. In other words, we don't have to begin with concrete objects and then work our way up the hierarchy. We can begin introducing symbols, and by using those symbols explicitly in our instruction each day, students can learn to use them over time.